What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm out here again working on this impact wrench, this free 1-inch impact wrench I got. And in the last video I made this little thing for the trigger here, and it leaks air, which I knew it would, but I have been using this impact and it does work. I picked up some valve grinding compound at Napa, or valve lapping compound, however you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. That is for lapping valves and cylinder heads. You put some of that on there, and it's got a abrasive in it, and you put some of that around your valve, and you take your valve spring off and put your drill on there and spin the valve inside the head and pull it back, and it'll lap the valve into the seat so you get a good seal. So that's essentially what I'm going to do with this right here. I've pulled the back side off of this. I pulled the pin out of here that pushes this because I don't want to get all that compound abrasive in here, and I don't want it to go through the impact wrench. So I'm going to try to lap this in there, and then I'm going to flush it out real good before I put the back half back on. So we're going to see how this works out. All right, so what I got here to do this with is not very much, really. I've got a carbide burr on the end of my drill. I'm just going to fit it in that spring there. I wish I had a way to hook that directly up, but I really don't. So you're going to have to do it with that spring and kind of go slow and easy there. I'm going to get some of this compound on here. And we're going to stick it in this housing here and let it spin and try to grind its way in there. I don't know if you guys can see down in that hole there. Turn the light on there, you might can. I don't know if you guys can see down in that hole there how that's lapped. You can see that bottom step in there where it's real shiny. How it lapped the end of that little homemade trigger plug deal I made down in there. All right, so we have lapped that. Focus, camera, focus. All right, so we've lapped that right there in order to seat down in the hole in the impact there. I flushed out everything in the handle, all the grinding compound. So we will just put this back together here. Put the pin back down in there. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and plug it up here with the handle away from the impact wrench and see what we got. I hear just a very, 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 very slight leak. A little more of a leak there. It's a whole lot better than it was, though. I think we'll leave it alone, and I'll go ahead and put it back together here. We'll try her out. You can hear just a faint leak right there. Leaks just a little bit. Much better. Definitely usable. I also took a little sandpaper and cleaned up the anvil here. They had a bunch of rust and stuff on it. Still got a few pit marks in it, but not bad. Still just a slight leak, but nowhere near as bad as it was. So we'll have to live with that. I don't want to keep trying to do that and wind up cutting too deep in there and totally ruining the housing. So I'm gonna leave it alone right there. It's just a slight little leak right there now. Much better than it was. I don't want to go any more because I'm afraid that if I keep trying to lap it any deeper, that it will I'll wind up running the housing right here if I cut it any deeper than what it is, and I don't want to do that. It's just a slight little leak right there, and you have to understand that the other one was plastic, so it had a little bit of a cushion, and now I'm using a brass piece to seal, and brass against aluminum, you don't have quite of a cushiony surface, so it may not get a 100% perfect seal, but it also will not crack like that plastic one when it gets old, so that should be a permanent fix right there. So anyway, thanks for watching, you guys, and we'll see you next time.